This is Small Secrets, Big Rewards, ATC tip number 4, brought to you by Living in Hope. Number 4, set reasonable goals. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Confucius. Once you've broken your goals down into small, manageable steps, it's much easier to begin walking the path that honors your true self. Real life gets in the way. But I just can't do what I want. I have obligations. Odds are you do. So do I. And yet my first obligation is to myself. Without honoring myself, I'm incapable of truly honoring those around me. If I cannot pursue my passion, I cannot be genuinely happy for someone else who is pursuing theirs. In all fairness, I'm extremely lucky and very grateful. I have a day job that's incredibly fulfilling, and I'm lucky enough to work with an outstanding group of people. I'm also lucky enough to have a wonderful clientele, most of whom prefer to find the silver lining even in their misfortunes than to dwell on the darkness of them. Everybody knows negativity is contagious. One person's bad mood can affect everyone's if you let it. But why should you? Why should you allow yourself to be victimized by someone else's pessimism? You shouldn't. It's hard not to let someone else's mood affect you, but it is worth the effort to try. Instead, remind yourself of all the great things you have or the great things you're building into your life. And remember that someone else's troubles are not yours to bear. You're not a pack-mule for someone else's baggage. You can be sympathetic and empathetic, but you cannot run their life. It is up to the individual to want to change what's wrong with their life. You can't do it for them. What you can do is lead by example whenever possible. When someone tries to infuse your mood with negativity, you can politely decline to converse on the subject or politely remove yourself from the area. You can choose to let yourself become mired in trouble, or you can choose to focus on those things you have control over, yourself and your own attitude. One of the most obvious times this kind of situation occurs is with family during the holidays. The people who push your buttons, forcing you to push theirs back, are exactly the kind of knowns or known behaviors that it's hardest to break from. But what if you did? What if you chose the unknown avenue of letting someone spout whatever they could just to get a rise out of you and not giving them the satisfaction of it? Or, if you're the meek and mild one who keeps your mouth shut to keep the peace, what if you did voice your opinions but managed to keep it positive and civil? It's unknown, but so was the Western world once. The first strategy of de-stressing your holiday distress is to accept that the people who push your buttons do so because it's in their script, their program. You have always reacted the way you did because of your program. But now you're in the midst of rewriting it. You have more power than they think, and it's your duty to yourself to think and act as the person whose program you're writing, rather than reacting as the one whose script they wrote. This is your power. Your holiday, you've lived through the drama before, you know each person's script, you know their characters, their flaws, their strengths, and now you know your own. Having this information gives you the psychological shield called objectivity. You can now use your conscious knowledge to deflect attacks against yourself. As long as you own your past, it cannot be used as a weapon against you, and to rise above the desire to retaliate. You have the power to accept that those around you are only acting in perfect accordance with their life scripts or their programming. But you are free to make active choices in your behavior rather than deal with the aftermath of knee-jerk reactions. This is your power. This is you, leading by example. This has been Small Secrets, Big Rewards, tip number 4 of the ATC series. If you like what you've heard, please hit the like and subscribe button. Please also feel free to share. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much for listening, and keep hoping.